Gemini, welcome in. This is your health, wealth, and happiness reading for the week. Let's get to it. Let's start over here with your health. And your health is in a hangman situation. What's going on, Gemini? Well, when I see the hangman and as I'm picking up the spirit energy, what comes through for me very clearly is hangman is saying nothing's going to change. Not much is going to change this week. This is a week where even if you wanted to see change, there's not much going to change because you can't control right now what's happening. So this is a situation where if you're in good shape, then you're in good shape and you are fine. So there's no need to change. But even if you wanted to change something because you are in such good shape, thank goodness you can't do much about that and you're going to be staying in good shape. If you've been having issues though, and that's what this is really focused on, is if you've been having issues, unfortunately those issues will not be resolved this week. Say you're having some pains and some aches someplace, or you're not able to process some food properly, or you're having heartburn. It's not gonna get better this week. I hate to tell you, I'm sorry I have to tell you that, but it's the case. It's interesting here, there's a lover's card. And when the lover's card comes out, the lover's card can mean many things, but the one thing that it also very clearly can mean is this union of the two things. And so again, that union of you and this, and if you look here, it's this is interesting because here is a physical person and there is like a, like a spiritual kind of energy, and so it's like that energy is going to be still nagging. It's going to be ever present in your physical life. So unfortunately, like I said, for this week, the health issues aren't going to change in any significant way. Also, there's a problem here that I see is that if you're having health issues, you're not exactly sure what it is, and maybe it's the symptoms are appearing in different ways, and that also is problematic. And so again, these will persist. There is no resolution at this point. However, you need to keep your balance. You need to be making sure that you're eating properly, that you're sleeping properly, that you're drinking water and getting hydrated, that you're not doing things on the extremes, those kind of things. Make sure that you're doing all the fundamental things that you would to help keep yourself healthy, and therefore helping to bring health, full status of health to you. Because sometimes, as we get ill, we don't want to drink or we don't want to eat, and therefore our body gets weaker. So this is saying continue to eat, continue to drink, continue to do the things you need to do, continue to exercise. If you haven't been doing exercise, you need to be getting out and getting exercise. If you haven't been drinking a lot of water, you need to get hydrated. You need to be drinking water. If you haven't been paying attention to your diet, you need to be paying attention to your diet. Again, this is that status to keep you from, to give you some hope of moving forward, and that's you being actively involved in your health care. So, unfortunately, for your health this week, not much is going to change. Now, with the wealth, I'm loving the wealth because the wealth here is a Four of Wands, and the Four of Wands is a celebratory card, and it's a celebratory with family. So whatever is going to happen with your wealth this week, it's going to impact your family, and it's going to be celebratory, which means sounds good. There's something coming in this week, so be aware of the things around you. If you again, they could be little things, they could be big things. This could be something in the essence of this could be what do you call it, an inheritance. You may wind up being surprised by an inheritance, maybe even by somebody you didn't even know was relative of yours, and yet you find out you're being given a gift. This could be a lottery win, again, because it's more of a celebratory surprise type situation. So this could be you could win a lottery. You could wind up winning something else. You could be going to bingo and win the big jackpot. This could also be an investment that pays off, an investment that you purchased that you expected would eventually kind of slowly go somewhere, and it takes off this week. There's all kinds of ways this can represent itself, but this week, yes, money is coming in, and it's interesting because another two card, and these are kind of the same energies on both sides here, which I think is fascinating. But this card is that union card, and so it may be you or your significant other, or maybe both of you. But so it doesn't have to be just your energy. This week it's saying it could come either way. So if you're with somebody else, they may be the one who is getting the reward and not you, but you get it because you're with them. And you understand what I'm saying? So this card is saying look from it from both sides, just you or your significant other, but money is definitely coming in. And I'm loving this. It's saying you're going to have to do something to control how it's it's like there's something about it. It's interesting. I don't understand this part of it completely, because even though this is a windfall, you've got to do something. You've got to do something. And so the more I see this and the feel, I guess again the windfall is going to come in. I think the windfall here is if your significant other is the one who gets the windfall, it could be something that they didn't have to do. But for you, if you're getting the windfall, if you're taking control here, and that's what this is kind of saying, then you have to actively do something. So this would be you investing money. This would be you buying a lottery ticket. This would be you being present for something. This would be you buying and then selling a car, buying and selling property, doing something. This is creating a business, creating an opportunity. This will be you actually actively doing something, but it's telling me you can do it and you will do it. This week, if you put your head to it, you will generate income, you will generate money, you will see some resource. So if I were you, I would be paying a lot of attention to what's going on around me. And if I get an opportunity to strike on something, to get something to actually maybe generate some income, I would be doing it, because this energy is very clear, and I'm liking that energy for that reason. The next card out is pessimism. Don't allow yourself to get bogged down in the, oh, I don't know, and it's always failed, and I can't do this and I can't do that. Don't even use the word you can't anymore. Take that out of your vocabulary, because when you plant that seed, it stays. Remember, your words have power. So never plant the seeds of I can't, I don't, I shouldn't. Say, no, I can and I will. I can and I will. I can get it done and I will be rich. I will have the resources and the joy that I deserve. So and more importantly, when I wrote the book on which is called The Ultimate Power Within, that book is talking about not just saying I will, but I am. So I am rich, I am successful, I am happy, I am pleased. Those things that put yourself in the future success. Because when you plant the future success in your vocabulary, you plant the energy around you, and then that energy around you becomes you. So again, you have to live the life, but you have to say the life you want to live and then start believing it. And when you do, that life comes to you. So let's keep the pessimism at a minimum. So now we're talking health and wealth. Let's get to happiness. Happiness is interesting here. You're planting seeds this week. You're continuing to plant seeds this week, and actually you're starting to see some benefit. Okay, so it's like doing hedgerows and crop rows, and so all of a sudden, as you're getting closer to the end, you're starting to see little things sprout up at the beginning. So you've been working on some things for a while, and it's coming to fruition, which I like very much. There's a king here, a king of pentacles, and this is pentacles. So this is abundance. Whatever you've been working on is coming through in abundant form, but it's you created it. So this might be relationships that you created. It could be physical, or it could be a physical manifestation of a relationship connection that you created. So you may have a friend, a really good friend, who winds up actually starting a business and saying, would you like to join and be part of the business? And now that friendship has created a business opportunity and some money along with it. So it's the growth of a friendship and money. This could be a situation where even your spouse or significant other is creating something, and you created it and brought them in. This can manifest itself in other ways as well. This could be an opportunity of where you met somebody fortuitously at some place where you were maybe enjoying things and just partying or whatever, and all of a sudden that relationship, that friendship turns into something more, and you wind up now, guess what? They have this business and they have this, or I need I need my car repaired, and come to find out these folks repair cars. And so you're like, wow, I know somebody does this. Again, this is fortuitous. So keep planting that seed, getting out, being social, planting the seeds and getting to know people, and making sure that they help to. They're people who elevate themselves and therefore elevate you. There's that elevation card actually, which is that high priestess. So that's that growth of something new. So whatever you have been cultivating, again, this is usually relationships, friendships, and things like that, and business relationships can be there too. But this is a very social. This is socially as well as business, because again, it's the pentacles. So whatever this is that you planted and have been continuing to plant, you're going to see grow. So it could be your social network, but you're going to see some benefit from that. And yes, happiness this week for sure. And I'm looking like a trip. So don't be surprised if one of the things come out of this is that you're planning a vacation for the summer. There's something you're going to plan as a group together, or a couple or two couples together, or people together. This could be a hunting trip or fishing trip for bros. This could be the ladies headed off to some place to enjoy the beach and the sand. This could be, again, a couples retreat and a couples thing, whatever it is going there's going to be a travel and trip, and that will be coming up real soon. You're going to hear about that trip real soon, that planning of that trip real soon, because that's here. So by the end of the week, you should hear about, hey, we're thinking about doing this trip. Would you guys like to come with us? And then all of a sudden, boom, you got it. Or hey, I'm thinking about going fishing, and doing a fishing trip. So would you like to come? Can you get away for a week? That kind of stuff. Uh, good stuff here. Really good stuff here. I'm loving this. Your health is not going to change right now, so be happy with the fact that, hey, at least you understand your health. Nothing tragic on the other side, which is good. And then your wealth is going to change. There's going to be a picture with your wealth changing, something coming in, and again, you drive the train on this one. And then your happiness, you already planted the seeds, and you're going to start seeing those seeds come through. And so don't be surprised if you hear about a trip, and if you do, take the trip. Take the trip. It's a good experience for you. With that said, I'm going to let you go. Let me know how this resonates with you. Love, share, hit the like, share, subscribe, and follow buttons. Love, light, and blessings from me at Sonoran Mystic Tarot. This is done, and I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.